Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. Today I am going to teach what's the difference between var, let and const, the variables. This is very important stuff when you are sit for the interview. The industrial experience of Node.js, you must know about these things. Right? What's the difference between those? Right. So let me discuss one by one. Let's var and const. The var is a global scope, let and const both are block scope. Right? This is the simple example. I will teach you along with the example. Then you can understand easily. Right. Back to my simple documentation. Here, what is the global scope? Here it's a global scope. This is the scope. You can access this variable everywhere here. Okay. So imagine in your country there is a satellite TV. So that the satellite consists of various channels. The channel will be we can see on your city. Okay, the satellite is a one global scope. That particular country we can watch that channels. Okay, the same thing here. The global scope is globally available. Something globally available. Okay, you can understand that something is globally available. Those are called as a global. So that's a var. Var type is a global. Okay, not just a var is a global state. We can access anywhere here, right? So let's move the examples, right? So here we have to start with var a equal 10. Now if you type console log, you write a. Now file save all. Now let's execute the example and check. You have type node index.js. So you can see the 10 has been printed successfully. The 10 has been printed successfully. So 10 assigned to the variable a. 10 is assigned to the variable a. Console.log, you can put it a here. 10 has been printed. Right. Now, the var. So here you can see if you put the console log, copy this one, put above the var variable creation. Okay, the variable is creation here. You have to assign the value. The variables you have to put 10. 10 is assigned to a. So you can see it's a above I have created. The program program is running line by line. So this is created above. So what happened? File save all. Now run the application again. Now you can see there is no error thrown. Instead of the error, it will be thrown as undefined. This is not an error, this is undefined. You put as undefined, but you have a variable. Okay, it's a global state. That's the meaning of global state. The global state, here we have var. If you create a var, there is a global state. The global state can understand var, there is a variable has been created, but the line, it is running on the first line, but the variables exist, but there is no value at the first line. So it will be put as undefined. After variable is created and printed as a fourth line, you can see the variable is there. The a all the value 10. A can store the value 10. A can 10 assigned to a all the value 10. 10 has been printed. Now you have an idea. I hope you understood so far what is the var. Right. Let's take a look at the example, another example. Right. So here this is also the must. So if I'm going to put a condition. So let's get rid of this line code. If 10 greater than 5, here var equal a is 5. Now here console dot log a. Now what will be the answer? Now here if you are, what I did so far, this is a condition. Okay, if the condition is true, the block of code is working. This is the block code. Okay, this block is started and closed. Okay, if the condition is true, this particular variable can store 5. Okay, this variable name which I declare here as a, I assign it as 5. So 5 can assign to a if the condition is true, right? So if the condition become true, only it works. Right, now let's save all. Now let's execute the program and check it. The 5 has been printed successfully, right? So but the condition is true, but this is a var because the global state, global scope variable, so we can accessible inside the block as well. Okay, it's a block as well. It will be executed, so it has been printed as 5. Okay, right? If the condition is true, 5 can assign a has been printed. Perfect. Right, now you have an idea what's the var. Right, now again we have another example of var a equal 10, a equal 4, a equal 9, a equal 15. Now I'm going to print the value. So console dot log, you have to put as a. What will be the answer? What will be the answer? You know now. What will be the answer? Okay. A can store the first time here I have assigned 10. 10 go to A. Now A become 10. Second time, now here A is now 10. Now I again assign A 4. Now A become 4. Second line. Now the third line, what telling is here. Now again I reassign 9. Now the A become 9. Now fourth line said, again I reassign 15. Now A becomes 15. Right, the what is the last line you have assigned a? What's the last line a becomes? Last line a store the value which has 50. A assigned the value 50. So the answer has been printed as 50. Right, so here I'm going to save all. A become 50. The var can assign the value again by again. Okay, you have to have on the idea. Var can assign the value again by again. Right? There is not a separate group. Okay, we can access again by again, but what is the value you assign the last and that will be printed. Right? Now I have to run it. Yeah, 15 will be the answer. Okay, 15 will be the answer. These all the things very must. Okay, when you have become a good programmer in the industry. Right. Right. Now what I'm going to do is, now you have an idea about var. Okay, what is a var? It's a global scope. We have shown some example of var. Right? We have done some example. Right? So var, we have done some example. Right. Now what you're going to do is, I'm going to go to the another things which is a let. I'm going to start with the let. Right. So let's go to the let. Right, now I'm going to start with the let. Okay, that is the type of the variable type of Node.js. So here now that we are usually in our when you go to the industry, we are not using the var, we are using let and const. Okay, there is a different. What is the different both? Okay, so here you can see I'm going to go to let. Let also we can store. You write let like this. Let let a equal 10. Now we can write console.log. Here write a. File save all. Clear the value. 10 has been printed. 10 assigned to A, console.log. Now A becomes 10. A 10 assigned to A. Now A becomes 10. 10 has been printed. Okay. 10 assigned to A. Now A has been printed. So now it's working without any problem. The same thing what we did is var the and let both are same at this point. Right. Now the second point we saw, let me assign the value again by again for let me test it. Right. So I'm going to assign the value again 15. Again I'm going to assign the value as 60. Again I'm going to assign the value as 80. Right. Now at the first line A becomes 10. Okay. 10 assigned to A. Now A becomes 10. Second line what said is now what I did here is earlier A 10 becomes 10. Now I'm going to reassign to A. Now what is I reassign to 15? Now A becomes 15. Third line what said is now I reassign the value again. Now A becomes 60. At the fourth line said now I reassign the value again. Now A becomes 80. Right. Now I'm going to print a as console.log A. What will be the answer is 80 has been printed. Now let's check it. But 80 has been printed. Right. Now you have idea. Let also we have again we can assign the value. The same variable we can assign the value again by again. Let also. Okay. This is very must. The program when you sit for the exam or interview, they might ask this kind of question. Okay. Okay. You have enough knowledge to answer it. Okay. Right. Okay. Now what you're going to do is the third one. We show the block of code. If now let's remove all things. 10 greater than 5. The condition is true. Now what you're going to do is you have to create the variable as let a equal 5. At this point what happens? Console.log declare a over here. Now will it work? It won't work because what is the problem here is let can access only the block of code. It out of the block of code it won't work. You have created the variable type inside the block. He don't know what the outside he can't access it. Only the block scope. Okay, so here let's save all and execute the program. The answer will be defined here. A is not defined. A is not defined. Right. Now here, now you can declare the variable above whatever name. Here I'm going to declare B as 0. Now it will be work. Okay, because now I'm going to this one remove it. I'm going to remove it. Now what I'm going to do it here, let's execute the program and check it. Now here it's not defined. So here now you can see if you are right again here let here it's not defined 5. Now here if you want to remove this line, what happened you can see. We already it will be look at what data type it is. The program is look at what's the data type it is. It is a let data type. You have created the different variable name, but the data type is which is if it is not declared here, it automatically taken the above which is a let here. But it is outside you have created the variable. Now it can access. Now you can run the program and check it. Now the file has been printed. Now if you have declared the B same word, now you can check it. It has printed as 0. They have put it as 0 question. Okay, these are the some questions. They might be answered on your interview. When you are facing the interview, you can answer this kind of question. It's very must. Okay, right. Okay, now let's move into the another things. This is clear about. I hope you are clear about these things, right? Let, right. Now third one, I'm going to do the thing is which is a const, right? What's the difference between let and const? Okay, in Node.js, we are using this, we are calling these two things, const and let. We are not going to call the var. Okay, we are doing the let and const. What's the difference between is let we can assign the value again by again. Okay, we can assign the value, but const there is no option. Okay, we can assign once for the particular variable. We can't access it the second time, it not work, right? So let's check const a equal 5 console.log a. Let's try out what the answer will be. 5 has been printed successfully. Now again I'm going to assign the value. What will be the answer? A equal 7, a equal 4. Now let's check whether what happening. Now you can see here assign to constant. We can't access the value again by again. You can assign the value once. If you are if you are assign the value again by again, it return the error assign the constant variable. Okay, that's the thing you have to write it. Okay, so when you are doing the programming, you have to concentrate of these all the things. Then only you have become a good programmer, right? That's why I'm telling this all the things, right? Now you have a you have a different, but when you sit for the interview, they might ask what's the difference between constant let. You answer it. uh, in let we can assign the value again by a particular variable. We can assign the value by again, it will be work. Const we can't, right? Now again we have just with the block of code as well. Now you can see the same thing. If a 100 greater than 50, condition is true, so your const equal a5. Not now what will be the answer? Console dot log a. Now what will be the answer? Whether it's working. Okay, error a is not defined. Okay, a is not defined. It won't work inside the block of code. Now if you are writing above, it will work. The same thing. If you are a b or anything else, it will work. You have to put it as 7, anything. Now if you write again, what happened the output? Now the output displays a is not defined. So here the const you have to write as a const variable. So if you get rid of this line, the same thing happen. What we saw in the let as well. So here there is no data type. So the data type it will be check where my data type is const. It will be the data type is const. Okay, you have to declaring above. Now the answer has been printed as a as. Now you can check the answer as 5. Okay, these are the small tricks of the program you have to understand. Okay, so if you, sometimes they are putting like this. Okay, they are confusing while you are interviewing. What is the things is now you have to know that if you are constant, you have to implement it here. Okay, you get there. Okay, so if you notice here, your constant implemented above, so it will be take it automatically. So we are already it is calling above, not block of code. It's called the variable above, data type above. So it will be take the output, right? That's it. Okay, I hope you can understand these all the things. Okay, I have put in the video description this. You go through this all this example, right? Now, what you're going to do is let, okay, let and const we have studied. Now again, I already show primitive data type. We can't assign the value again by again for const variable, but Non-primitive data types, they are also array or JSON. Let's look at the example of JSON. So how to write the JSON? I already taught yesterday. My test equal, I will write the JSON. You simply write name, the JSON format. Write name, tutors, funny, right? Comma, age 3 for 7 years. We are running this channel of 7 years, right? 7, right? Now you can see the simple JSON format. Now how to print out this one? Console.log. You have to get it the my test dot here. If you are dot, it is a, this is a value, this is a key, this is the value, this is the key. Now if I am calling the key, the value has been printed. Now what is the key we are getting? Whether we are getting age or name. I'm getting the key as age, name. Okay, now let's file save all and execute the program and check it. Now tutors funny has been printed, okay, because it's a name. Now what you're going to do it here. The first time printed as tutors funny, I'm going to change the tutors funny as another value. So how to do the things? Const, we can assign the value in the primitive data type. Primitive data types we have to, what are the things? Primitive data type, we have a text and integer. Double also we have to enter only one time, but non-primitive database array and JSON we can change the value. So you can write my test dot property name. Now I'm going to change it here as tutors funny here. Change it as, here change it as some other name, BBC. Right, later on I'm going to change my name, my channel name like this, BBCA, right, like this, something. Right, now let's save all and check it. Now here BBCA, now you can see, okay. Const variable, primitive data type we can't change it, we can store one time, but non-primitive data types, there is a JSON or array, we can reassign it. Okay, we can reassign. You can have an idea. This all are very must. Okay, this how we have industry look at you whether you are the talented programmer or not, because this all the concept are very important while you sit for the exam. You learn must. Thank you.